Here's an interesting case study that I think might be important to talk about. This individual said that they broke a 5-day fast, and upon breaking it, they began to get dizzy, nauseous, and had an elevation in heart rate. My guess that these symptoms might be induced by what is referred to as refeeding syndrome, essentially the rapid reintroduction of food after a prolonged period of starvation alters electrolyte balance within the bloodstream and within our cells. That results in multiple complications, including elevated blood pressure, difficulty breathing, fatigue, weakness, confusion, and irregular heartbeats. But any individual with negligible food intake for more than 5 days is at risk of developing refeeding syndrome. Refeeding syndrome is driven by low levels of insulin within the bloodstream during periods of starvation. But upon refeeding, insulin levels within the bloodstream are drastically elevated. This drives specific electrolytes, including potassium, phosphorus, and magnesium, into our cells, decreasing the amount in our bloodstream. Because these electrolytes are important for multiple metabolic processes, including heartbeat and respiratory function, things like hypokalemia, which is low potassium in bloodstream, can cause weakness, fatigue, arrhythmias, hypoventilation, and other respiratory disorders. Low phosphorus can also alter our heartbeat, as well as decrease our ability to utilize oxygen, as well as impair our muscle function. And low levels of magnesium also appear to worsen the potassium deficiency by increasing the kidney's excretion of potassium and induce multiple negative cognitive and physical side effects. The most important guidelines when breaking a prolonged fast to prevent refeeding syndrome is first to reduce your caloric intake to no more than 50% of energy requirements for at least the first 24 hours. Although it may be difficult, this can help you from long-term side effects. Because B vitamins may also be depleted, the supplementation or just an adequate consumption of the B vitamins upon breaking the fast also appears to be extremely helpful and efficacious for reducing side effects. The supplementation with or adequate consumption of potassium, phosphate, calcium, and magnesium is also extremely important, because if we do not consume enough of these electrolytes, the deficiency of these electrolytes within our bloodstream might be worsened. And finally, because many of these phenomena are driven by an elevation in insulin immediately upon breaking the fast, consuming a high carbohydrate, low mineral diet following a prolonged fast may increase our risk of refeeding syndrome. Therefore, it appears to be efficacious to consume a lower carbohydrate meal for at least the first meal breaking the fast, and gradually reintroduce carbohydrates as you increase caloric intake, while always keeping a constantly high amount of micronutrient intake. In the grand scheme of things, refeeding after a prolonged fast does take some careful consideration in order to prevent clinical or even subclinical symptoms of refeeding syndrome. Therefore, although it may be appealing to go to the Cheesecake Factory and have some pasta and cheesecake, this may be better suited to the day after or even 2 days after breaking the prolonged fast. With that being said, if you would like an individualized approach to your nutrition and lifestyle to optimize your health, energy, and body composition, send me a DM to sign up for coaching.